course, oh no.
Yeah, I really should move out to LA.
No conversations here, so I do apologize.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna let you go with that first one.
Okay.
What would you do differently if you knew nobody would judge you? So what would you do differently if you knew nobody would judge you?
And do you mean with my life, or do you mean? I'm not sure I understand the question.
Yeah, let's start with life.
Okay, what I would have done, because I was very clear that I wanted to be an actress from a very young age. And my parents were like, oh my God, do you want to be poor and hungry for the rest of your life? And so then I kind of backed off from it. And people that I was in plays with as a kid went on to Hollywood, and they're not huge names, but they're pretty big names. And I'm like, if I just would have done what I wanted to do and followed my heart, I could have possibly achieved what I wanted a lot sooner. So if I didn't have and it's mostly my parents' judgment, because they were like goading me one way, I would have sticked with acting from a young age, because I acted as a child, and then after high school I let it go. I had a career as an accountant for...
Oh no.
Yeah, I'm a CPA actually.
Nice. But
although
compared to acting, that's totally opposite.
And I'm actually like thinking about going back to that.
Well,
I know.
I'm sorry. I know I'm supposed to let you talk, but how come you never went to LA or New York?
I think it was fear. I mean, also too, I fell in love, and this guy was just like a real stick in the mud. And my first husband, was really holding me back.
Like your folks?
Yeah.
It's comfortable.
Yeah. It's just like my parents were telling me, oh my God, if you don't get married at 18, you're going to be an old maid. Well, that's so ridiculous.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, but I believe
it. My parents are the same way.
Yeah, I think it's kind of like very old school. Like they just want to get you situated so they can go, we did our job, now we can move on. And so I got married at 20, and I had my only child at 23. So.
And now?
And now I'm on my second marriage, and I'm wondering where that's going. And we didn't end up having any kids. So now I'm just like, okay, now what am I going to do? Because I'm kind of like at that crossroads where I need to make a decision about what I really want to do, how I want to live the rest of my life.
Are you happy?
I'm getting happier now, but for a very long time I was very unhappy. But I also feel like I'm making that decision. It's slow in coming, but it's coming. And it's scary, it's scary because it's like, okay, I'm at the definite halfway point of my life, and I really feel like I need to say, okay, is this how you want to live your life, or is this how you want to live your life? And I just want to, the unknown is always scarier than the known. So that's kind of where I'm at. It's like making that leap into the unknown.
Would your husband now, would he support the move to?
No, he wouldn't. It's really strange because he was not as supportive as he could have been, because I went to a really good, well-known school that was, I forgot what they call it, but like where they have to invite you back. And the whole year he kept telling me, well, they're not going to invite you back, they're not going to invite you back.
For acting?
Yeah. And sure enough, at the end of the year, they did not invite me back. But I think it's more of him beating me down because, oh my God, what if she got invited back? What if she really made it? Or, you know, a couple times I said, well, you know, I really should move out to LA. And he's like, why? You shouldn't move out. You know, like he was...
Or New York.
Yeah. Well, I'm not so much into New York as, like, LA. Like, I would really like to do film, I think.
And he would not support that.
No, he didn't. I mean, he would be like, well, if something would come along. Well, here's the thing. Very few Chicago actors are invited to come out to LA and have, you know, maybe if you're doing some work at Steppenwolf or Goodman and some big agent sees you. But, you know, that hasn't happened for me, so now I have to, you know, if that's what I want to do, then I have to either make the move or pursue it myself. And it's very scary.
It is. I agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
Stop this for a second because I hate hearing talk like that. I basically almost failed out of college or out of high school. Okay, and I worked. Had this dream of being a doctor and everything like that. It's taken me a long time. I've traveled around the United States. I was like really big into just figuring out what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
I know it's different for a guy than it is a girl. That
Not
pisses me
necessarily.
off, and it's like I've seen you act,
Yeah.
right? I saw one of Enid's shows back in like Wheaton or something.
Oh, yeah. The
Yeah,
one that I
yeah.
was in?
Yeah, like Charlie's Aunt or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were like the hottie of the play, right? So it was like, right, that's how it was, right? And so it was hard to gauge whether it's good or bad or anything, but yeah, I mean, who am I to judge anyway?
Yeah.
But I know marriage is a different thing, but yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, I
mean,
think so.
fuck the fear.
It's
I'm sorry
hard.